All right, our next step is to look at our hands and give these fingers some numbers so that we can communicate with a little bit of more clarity. If you've played other instruments, I think string instruments, and possibly some winds, this is number 1. In piano, thumb is number 1. So you might just copy me right here. Thumbs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which seems really obvious, but we want to drill so that they become really automatic so that you can follow directions of put finger 2 on A or put finger 5 on G. So there's a couple things you can do. One of them is you can just put your hands together like this and practice moving different fingers and saying the numbers. So we've got 3, 5, 1, 2, 4, and I'm just tapping them together. 3. You could get somebody else to call the numbers for you also. We've also got our little index cards that you could line them up in a row on your piano and then practice following the numbers there. But the nicest way is really to play them on the piano because that's our goal. That's what we're trying to do. So we're going to introduce the concept of a home bass position. And a home bass position, it's pretty simple. It could be anywhere on these white keys, but the general idea is you only get one finger for each note. And that means you're not going to be stretching like this, or you're not going to be cramming things like that, which sometimes we do that, but that's not a home bass. So home bass position, one finger for each note. I'm going to squash my hand just so you can see it. We don't play this way, as you know when we talked about technique. In fact, that is a good thing to talk about right now. When you have your hand in the home bass position, you're still going to have a nice relaxed curve to it. So your thumb might not necessarily even be touching all the time until you actually use it, but you know that it belongs there. Thumb belongs to this note because we've got one finger for each note. And a good exercise on this is just to call out finger numbers. So let's try finger 1. 5, 3, 2, 4, 3, 1. And you can use the exact same technique that we talked about when we were just doing one note at a time. So use your whole hand to hit the note and just keep in mind where your home bass is, even though you notice my fingers are moving around. It's not like I've glued them to the home bass. But I know which note belongs to each finger. So let's say 2, 4, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Now this happens to be a G home bass because we name it after the lowest finger. So if I wanted to put my right hand in G home bass, I would put it just like this so that I'm covering the exact same notes. G, A, B, C, D. G, A, B, C, D. Only, of course, the right hand finger numbers are in a different place because thumbs are here. These are ones. So I'm going to take the left off and let's just play some numbers. 3, 5, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3. And you notice I'm using this nice fluid technique that we practiced. Sometimes the thumb isn't even touching, which is okay, as long as you remember that that's where it goes. So you can practice this also with the index cards that we made in class. Line up a list of fingers. You could practice them together, but it won't always sound pleasing. 1s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 2s, 1s. That's not too bad because I'm both in the G home bass here. Let's try a different home bass. So I'm going to do C home bass. So I put pinky on C, one finger for each note, and you can do the exact same thing. And I would just spend some time each day practicing the finger numbers, arrange some letters up on your piano, arrange some number cards up on your piano, practice them that way, and eventually you'll get pretty good at it. And you won't need to drill on it anymore. So have some fun with it, and I'll see you at your next lesson.